Good morning, everybody. Ooh, got jumpers already. Good morning, everybody. Well, there's a message trying to come out here. Welcome to Tuesday morning's collective reading. Thank you. So I'm using the Wildwood Tarot, and this was a lovely gift left by the late Mark Hartshorn, who I wonder if his energy is actually trying to come through these cards to help with some messages. So really a natural deck of cards, all about finding messages in nature, finding messages in the other things that are living around us that we probably ignore, we don't spend much time with, the quality of nature and actually the messages that you can receive when you're walking deep in a forest or by a river, in the sea. So Kings of Stone, wolf animal totem. Wolf is very much about being aside from the pack, but being a part of the pack. So knowing when to integrate with others and knowing when to withdraw. It's about real deep introspection and really focusing on your own inner resources. And knowing that sometimes we do need to experience things alone. We tend to shy away from that, but we're doing ourselves a disservice. Some of our greatest clarity, gifts and self-awareness can develop in our own time. So knowing when to withdraw, but also knowing when to come back to the pack and being a part of it, bringing back what you've learned and sharing it with others. There's something else about that with the moon to do with emotional intelligence. How much are you clued up with your level of emotional intelligence? We don't just have academic mind intelligence, but often people forget that emotional intelligence is just as astute as other types of intelligence. It can get ignored, and when we ignore our own emotional intelligence, we can become depressed, we can feel disconnected from others, we can feel disconnected to ourselves, and we can feel terribly misunderstood by others. So work on your level of emotional intelligence with actually, how aware am I of stuff? Am I a really, really deep person and somehow I'm not presenting that to others for whatever reason it might be? We're still coming out of a very old-fashioned era that emotions are an embarrassment. They're not. They're crucial. They tell you what's right for you in life and what isn't. And emotional intelligence is a really impressive thing to have. So maybe check in with yourself. The Woodward, so this is like somebody, like a watchman, and it's a number 11 card, which is a master number. So this is to do again with connecting with your soul, your own watchman. What is your soul doing today? What is your soul doing this second? Are you actually listening to it? If we're only listening to this, we're only listening to 50%, if that, of what we're made of. So our soul is our emotional intelligence, the intuition that can see up ahead, that can guide us where we can't see what's coming. I mean, that's an amazing thing. It's in a magnifying glass that really helps us to make good decisions. But why do we only rely on this, which often tells us to do things based on past experiences that have been and gone? Doesn't make sense. Have the courage to work on that emotional intelligence. Three of Vessels, joy. The number 3 is a very creative number. 3, it's uniting the holy with the physical, with the soul. So a trine. Realising you are more than you think you are. And if you feel stuck in a rut in life, why are you not using these other senses, our 6 senses? We tend to use 1, but it's such a shame because we're wasting who we are, and we're not realising ourselves. If we don't realise ourselves, of what we're made of and made up of, we can't reach our full potential. We can't become our true self because we're only using 1 cylinder. And one more card to close out on 10 of Bows, responsibility. Well, actually, it's our responsibility to take responsibility for ourselves. I'm not just talking on a practical outside of ourselves level, on an inner level. What's working for you on the inside? What's not working for you on the inside? What do you want to do about that? What are your blocks? Often we're fearful to go inside and meet with our emotions and meet with our emotional intelligence, which is actually our soul. We could afford to review that and look at it in a different way. So if we have a fear to meet with our emotions, we're putting them in our invisible backpack and dragging them along with us. So every decision we make is actually on a subconscious level made from all that stuff that we're carrying that we don't want to go near. And that often is not the best foundation to make decisions going forward. We want to make decisions for our life going forward based on clear thinking in the here and now, not with all that junk that we've got. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you avoid your stuff, it's going to come with you and taint all your decisions and your future. if you go inward, yes, of course it's going to hurt, but there's where your liberation is. There's where your emotional freedom is. You go inward, you work with the stuff however long it takes, and you come out the other side. So that's quite a deep one this morning with the Wildwood Tarot. Very ancient, those cards, very beautiful cards, very wise. Obviously it's up to you what you choose to take on from this and what you don't. It's got to work for you. Have a lovely Tuesday, everybody.